Welcome folks, welcome gents back to a brand new video. I'm the Apple Viper Railfans, and this week, I got a Challenger. So, yeah. So, as you can see, this model is very, very big. This is my UP switcher, which is still in agony. And this is my BNSF diesel. The tender is the size of it. So, yeah. Now, you might be wondering how I was able to afford something like this. Because this is probably like $400 right here. So, yeah. Well, you see, this engine was used. So, yeah. But, before you start worrying, it was actually in very good condition. So this thing arrived in the mail today, actually. So, yeah. That's why I'm recording so late this time around. It's always something, you know? But this engine, like I said, was in very good condition. That doesn't mean it didn't have its problems, though, because it definitely did. Starting at the rear, this left thing right here, I don't know if you can see it, that left thing right in front of my finger, actually wasn't on the tender. It was still in the box, which I do still have, and I had to glue that back on. So, yeah. And the coupler, that whole thing right there, just tried to fall off. It could stay in there decently well, but it would still fall from time to time, so I had to glue that, and there weren't really any other issues with the tender, which is actually the same tender as the big boy tender that I have, which is still awesome. At the locomotive, in there, we have the engineer. I don't know how well you can see him, but yeah, there he is. I do have the fireman, although he's not in there. He broke off, and I don't know how to get him back in there because that's going to take a lot of trickery to do that. So, yeah. So, if you can see these little parts right there, those, two of those, this one on this side, and on the other side it'd be over here, were actually kind of weird, so I had to get those back into place. This thing has like one traction tire, which was trying to come off, so I had to glue that. I didn't know what else to do but glue it. Pretty sure you're not supposed to glue them, but I glued it to the wheel, and that seems to work. So, yeah, nothing much else to say on this side. Moving up front, however, the smoke box door was loose, and the light apparently didn't work. So, yeah. So I had to glue the smoke box door back on, and the headlight, there's nothing I could really do about that. So, yeah. Not too much to say. It's in very good condition, like I said. So, yeah. And this thing is so big. This thing barely fits in the display case. So I have officially run out of room to display all of my models. So, yeah. I got this engine from Legacy Station, which is very cool. Actually, I believe last time I checked, should still be there as of recording, but there were 2 Challengers. This one, 673, you can't really see that because the camera is absolutely horrible. But there's this one, 673, and then there's also 675, which was also in very good condition. And they were both from the Clinchfield Railroad. I can't talk. As soon as I hit the record button, the English language goes out of my head. I don't know why. But yeah, it should still be up there if you want to go get that. And these things are very cheap. I mean, come on, this was a steal. This amounted to $176, around that. Which, for an engine of this size, is mind-bogglingly cheap, you know? I mean, you'd expect this, like I said, to be $400. No, $176. That's cheaper than the set that piece of junk came in, and around the price that piece of junk came in. So, yeah. So, I suppose we should run this thing, huh? Now, before I run it, so these engines all have different speeds, yeah? The diesel is the slowest. This switcher is the fastest. Now, these two engines both had problems, which is kind of why I needed a third engine. So yeah. This engine is slow, and it stalls a lot, but it's very strong. Strong enough to haul all of that and a little bit more. This engine is fast, doesn't stall a lot, but it is very weak. Being able to carry like 3 of those cars, and it's barely able to pull those 2 track cleaners right there. This engine, though, is kind of like the Goldilocks, despite it being my largest engine. It's faster than this engine, but slower than this one, but it's just as strong as this one. Maybe a little weaker, but that doesn't matter. So, yeah, it's basically perfect. So, yeah. And when I got this thing, I was really expecting it to have trouble around these curves. You can see they're kind of tight, but it doesn't have a problem with them. What it does have a problem with is the center of the table, which kind of caves in. It's not that noticeable on camera, and it's only barely more visible in real life. But I had to stick a piece of track under this end, and a piece of foam that came with the engine on this end. Because when I ran it over those spots, usually the front knuckle coupler would catch on the railroad ties. Which, if we've learned anything from that yellow boxcar right there, can be quite a problem. So, yeah. Alright, now we're actually going to move to the running session. So, let's couple to our train here. It is so nice to see this thing running. Oh, stalled. That is fine. There we go. Okay. There we go. Got the whole train. Now, let's move it. Oh. Alright. So, here we go. This is about half speed. You can see just how long this thing is. So here's full speed. It's quite loud. go. Let's turn the lights off. So, let's see if you can see that headlight there. Yeah. Alright. We'll move it back because that's a little bit too close to my chair. Okay, about there's good. Now, as you just saw in the previous clip, the headlight actually does work. Not that well, of course, but it does work. And just like the UP switcher, the backlight doesn't work either. But, yeah. This definitely is my favorite engine out of the whole collection. So, that's probably gonna wrap it up for this video. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more of this engine or any of my other engines that I have. So, yeah. And I'll try to make a video on it. Oh, and before I go, forgot to mention that for this video, I had to unplug the N scale layout because with this cord being under the track there, sometimes the engine's tender would uncouple and roll back down, or sometimes the tender would uncouple from the gondola behind it. So, I unfortunately had to unplug the N scale layout, and I am planning to just take the whole N scale layout out soon. Hello, Kitty. Yes, hello. He likes trains a lot. They all do. And so, I have been the Apple Viper Rail fans, and if you'll excuse me, I have some trains and rail fanning to get to. I will see you next week on Santa Fe Saturday, although you'll probably see it on Sunday because I record so late. Goodbye.